something.
Okay.
And maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
So 30 years ago, you had mentioned that you had to find collectors too.
No, I mean, 30 years ago it was like I want to do it. But then there was a man, Matthias Wanke, in Germany. He founded the Global Doll Society. And with this, he made the first doll shows in Europe. And I was very curious and I wanted to be there. And he gave me, and these were the doll shows, but only for antique dolls. And I came with my new dolls. And people, so he gave me a table, and I was in the middle of all these antique, beautiful antique dolls with my new dolls. And people asked me from when, you know, which century are these dolls? And I said, this is from this morning, this is from yesterday. And oh, you dolls, oh, and the hands are much too big. And I said, no, have a look. And I explained proportions, and so I sold 3 or something. I had only 4, and I sold 3. And then I told Matthias Wanke I want to have always a table if the people come in where they, you know, you walk to the right normally if you go somewhere. I want to go always have a table on the right, and then I changed everything in white. Every dress was white, the table was white, and people saw immediately between all the colors of the antique dolls the white table. And I had no cards. I said, do you have cards? They said, no, my name is Hildegard Gunzel. And so they realized, and there was a time they said to him, is she there? And so then we decided to go all over. We made conventions in New Zealand, Australia, in Switzerland, in Holland, in England, in wherever. And and I showed my dolls. We had people from all over the world, from America, from England, from Germany, experts in antique dolls. And they gave lectures and speeches, and I spoke for the new dolls. So this was absolutely exciting, and we have very funny parties, of course, because the time was so exciting. New collectors go out from Germany somewhere else in another country. You speak with these people from you know, from all over the world. It was very, very exciting.
How far was this into your career when it took off like this?
We started, let's say, in 83. 83, 84, we started to go all over. And the first Global Doll Society convention was, I think, 1980. And at the same time, I was at the Ludwig Beck department store in Whited in Germany, where Brigitte Rival was, Ruth Schrott, Annette Himstedt, we met there. Yeah, and from there was also new collectors came. Yeah, that's very exciting.
Sounds like it.
So, yeah, and a lot of fun.
What has remained constant through the years? From then to now? Yeah, what stays the same for you?
Always the same for my feeling?
Yeah, for doll making.
Yeah, I mean, you have always a feeling that you cannot give up. I mean, you stay in this because you have always new ideas, because people who you create something in art, and this is dolls, of course, is also a craft. They will never give up with their fantasy to do something creative. So even if I think, oh no, now I have not any longer any idea, I made such a lot of dolls, it comes, I mean, I see something in
what's that something that sparks your imagination?
I see a child, I see a beautiful window, I see beautiful dresses, everything what's beautiful. Or I'm going in theater or in a concert, or everything, a book.
All right. Well, I guess my next question you've kind of answered. What do you strive to achieve with your work?
What do you strive to achieve?
What's your main goal? Like if you could achieve one thing with your work, what is it?
you mean open wishes or something like this, or do you understand this? Or what I want to say with it? Or?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
It depends, because if my personal life changes, or I some new things in my life, so I change also what I wanted to, you know. When I see the dolls, what I did 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 5 years ago, sometimes I think, this was this year. When I look, they are also a little bit naughty, or they are very romantic. It depends, you know. There are a lot of my feelings from the year in the dolls. You see it in a distance. You see, this was the year maybe you started to be more independent, because the dolls are a little bit. You see this in her body language.
Okay. And so, why do you prefer to create or express your artistic vision through children?
Not only through children.
Not only.
I love to do the older girls.
Okay.
But the market, I mean, I have employees in a company. I have to do what the market is asking for.
Right.
But every year I have one I make an edition of 10 always.
Okay.
And this is mostly lady, mostly an adult, more an adult or young girl, maybe 16 or 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this because I'm coming from the fashion design, so I love to do something like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the challenges of being a high caliber doll artist such as yourself?
I mean, there's only you want to be better, and it's like this virus. You cannot give up, and then you want to have your dreams. And porcelain, you see, when I would be in sculpture and I would model something, then let's say it like this. In art, is always something that you have a laughing eye and an eye it's crying. Because if you have a sculpting and you sculpt a beautiful figurine, and then you have the everything is in a hard material. You cannot touch material like this, or the hairs, or the eyes are not like blue or green or whatever. So it's maybe beautiful, but you cannot really touch materials, silk or something. Yeah. If you go into dolls, then you are in love with your doll, but there is something, because if you open her dress, there is material here. Her body is a stuffed body. This is not that you can feel the body like in a statue. And if you paint only, you cannot go around it. You can only touch your painting, and your imagination gives you the 3 dimensions. Okay. So you have always something. There is always something left what you cannot do in what you are doing. So you continue to fulfill your dreams. Okay. And you don't give up to go closer to your dreams.
And is that the greatest joy too? Is when you actually fulfill those dreams?
Yeah. That's it. This is why I never can give my doll, a very new doll. I cannot trust her. I have to go out of the room and tell one of my people, please do it for me, because I'm so excited that I make her so nervous that she says, oh, please go out, it's good. And come in 5-10 minutes, come back. And then, it's so exciting for me, still very exciting.
One thing that you're known for is the exquisite detail of the costuming and the dolls in general. Does that come from your fashion design background?
Maybe, and also after such a long time, you have always to make something special for the collector that is not always the same. And I think it was maybe 10 years ago, I had the idea to give them exquisite accessories. And because I did not have really the time to do all the accessories by myself, I had the great idea,